Yeah, let's talk about the uniqueness of the American presidency. No, American presidency, like now we are running towards uh, presidential election. And sometimes we take for granted. But let us look keenly where the American president has come from and why it is so unique. Right now, in this year, we are going to have possibly a presidential election between a rematch of Joe Biden and Donald Trump, the former president. Why I'm calling it so unique? When Donald Trump became a president, within 2 years, many Americans were so disappointed about him with the lies he made and with so many things. Even a section of Republicans said they will not vote for him. Actually, during the midterm election, when they were choosing some congressmen and other people, many Republicans voted for Democrats. Just listen to this clip from CNN.
And we pray that the Senate will go too. For God's sake, they have to put an end to this mess.
I just want to say to every American that's having trouble with this, I am sorry I voted for him. I regret it with all my heart. I feel like I've enabled this monster to destroy democracy, destroy everything that is good in this country.
We've got a very crazy man driving the train, and he's going to kill this country.
And Anthony, are you voting a straight up and down Democratic ticket in the midterm?
Not only there, I am actually for the very first time contributing across the board, across the country. And I've never, ever written a check or spent any money on anything political because I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I've been a lifelong Republican since the day I turned 18. For the first time in my life, I'm going to vote a straight Democratic ticket in midterms. Is if they're connected to Donald Trump, they are not connected to me.
So you now are no longer a Republican.
I am not, no.
Because of Donald Trump?
Because of Donald Trump. It was no longer the party that I joined. It's morphed into something that's almost unrecognizable.
You were a lifelong Republican.
Right.
If somebody had told you, say 15 years ago, that you are preparing to vote a straight up and down Democratic ticket in the midterms, you would have said what to them?
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. So why are you now doing it?
To see Republicans not stand up to him, and the ones that do are just quitting.
I just think there's no values left anymore. There should be values. We have no values. He doesn't have any values. I thought he had values.
No, I'm definitely voting Democrat. I've been knocking on doors. I got a clipboard.
You're even canvassing.
Well, that is during the midterm election when Donald Trump was the president. Republicans said they were going for Democrat. They were disappointed. But guess what? After he lost the 2020 election, which he purportedly said the election was stolen from him, even went to cause an instruction in the Capitol Hill. Right now, they are going to vote for him. But that was the beauty of the uniqueness of the American presidents. But there are some things I would like, where these American presidents has come. There has been a transfer of power for over 250 years. Peaceful transfer of power. This country started with 13 colonies. This is how America looked in the first election, 1789. There were only 13 states which were making United States of America. There were only 13 states. They were the one making this country. That is how it looked like. So it was a small, and in the first election, which was done in 1789, when there was only one candidate, George Washington, he didn't have a party, but he was unofficially called a Federalist Party, which came to be known. So all of the 69 electoral votes, it took that time. He won. Great. Now, after that, in 1792, he won again with all. He went unopposed. And then after he left office, because he left after 2 terms, now there was an election. That time they had started now having 2 parties. We had a Federalist and a Democratic Republican. But so the lower states voted for a Democratic Republican, who was Thomas Jefferson. And the Federalists won, John Adams won. But because they had not amended the Constitution, whoever got the majority of the votes became president, and the second most votes became the vice president. So John Adams had no choice, but Thomas Jefferson was to become vice president. Good. They went like that, and in 1800, the next election, this time now, Thomas Jefferson, who was the vice president, defeated John Adams, who was his former boss now. He won the election. You can see now there were 2 parties, the Democrat and the Federalist. That is in 1800. So there was peaceful transfer of power. And 1804, again, Thomas Jefferson won and defeated the Federalist Party in that year. So that was really true, because the country started with 13 states, but it continued with that democracy of, as the states were coming in, you know, there were many states which were supposed to come in. And in 1808, some states now, like Tennessee, had come in, so there were more states, and other places in America that time were on the territories. Probably you didn't know about it. So that is how this started moving forward, that we had more states coming in, and by 1812, you can see now we have divided 2 parties. We had Democratic Republican, and we had a fusion party in 1812. By 1816, we had a Federalist and a Democratic Republic. That's how we had evolved in this territory. So by 1820 now, you see, more states have joined the Union, and it was now expanding. And in 1820, we had a Democratic Republican, Monroe, and an independent Republican, Adams. So these parties were evolving. But one thing which remained constant was that there was still a transfer of power from one president to the other. Peaceful transfer of power. And reaching 1824, we had now, even now differentiating ourselves, we had 3 parties, many people fighting in 1824, but all of them were claiming to be like the Democratic Republican Party, all of them, and they wanted to split the votes so that nobody can win the votes at that time. So all of this, we can say we have had a lot in transfer of power. Why I'm calling this a unique election, I mean, the American presidency is so unique that for more than 240 years, we have been having peaceful transfer of power. And the way it's set is like power, you are given for 4 terms. And when your term ends, you cannot extend, not even a day. If there was such a provision, Ronald Trump could have not left office. He did not consider it. He did not attend the inauguration. He caused an insurrection, so he wanted to fight so that the election result would not be certified, so that he can remain in power. But unfortunately, that did not happen. I hope this explains to you that because of this peaceful transfer of power, we have come this far. But America has also changed, because the same person they were talking ill of now is the presumptive nominee. It is still going to be challenging, but next time we are going to talk about this American presidency. Is Trump going to win? But I thought I should give you some basic first understanding that for all these many years, I know you see a map when you see a map showing the presidential results. For example, if we can see an election, when we see these new elections, for example, let's take the 2012 election. You can see how the map of America is. This is not how it used to be, as you can see. It has really changed. And why it has changed. And then, because we wanted to understand the history before we can come and discuss the 2024 presidential election. Is Trump going to make history when many people have not made except one? Watch for the next episode to see as we discuss about what is going to be this